So I want to talk to you about an assignment that we're going to do today, and it can run into tomorrow if you guys find difficulty or if that you need more time. The core of it is that we're reading part of chapter 6 for our independent reading this week. So in Google Classroom, I put everybody, and that includes all of my 3 blocks, you have a PDF. The goal of the PDF is the same goal when I have you guys print it and highlight it. So you can do with that PDF what you want. You can just read it. But I have a suggestion, which is to open it up in Kami and maybe operate on a split screen for your reading. So I'm going to make sure that you know how to do that, and I'll do the same. So you're going to see 2 things in here. One is a writing assignment. It's a very short writing assignment. I'd say it's a short response assignment, not a paper or anything. And then you're going to see a clean copy of chapter 6. I have selected a slew of words that I feel are crucial, that if you were going to try to explain to me what happened in this part of chapter 6, you would have to use these words. And you'll see them here. And I try not to do spoilers. Okay, and this is just for the first part of chapter 6 and what we're reading today. So I took these words directly out of the text. I didn't change the spelling. I left them where they are. And if you are reading today, what some people typically do is they do a word search. I leave this list up. And then when they stumble across these words, because they're in chronological order, they mark them in the text just to know what's the important detail where this word actually shows up, because that's why these words were selected. Here is my model. Okay, since we just read chapter 5, if I gathered a word graph for chapter 5 of things that were important, and then my teacher told me, hey, you need to put those in sentences, describe it, it gives me the crutch because I can hang on to the words and build connections. So here's what I wrote for chapter 5, and then you'll see, I won't read it all, I'll just read you this first part because you read chapter 5 already. It says, when Ponyboy woke in the morning at the church, he thought maybe he had dreamed the whole fight. It doesn't matter which way you describe it. You could say, Ponyboy dreamed while he woke up at the church, or Ponyboy dreamed at the church. You get to choose which words you want to use to help define your comprehension. I'll read that whole thing. It says, when Ponyboy woke in the morning at the church, he thought maybe he had dreamed the whole fight. He reflects on his memory of weekends with his family and notices Johnny's not there since he's getting supplies. Okay, I think that's good. The problem I had last year, swear to God. I gave them this example for chapter 5, and I said, I wanted to show you what it looks like for chapter 5. And then they read part of chapter 6, but they still explained it from chapter 5. So that's the danger of me having that chapter 5 model of just showing you how I want you to bold and connect your words together, because you have to stay with the actions of chapter 6. So that's the warning that's going out to everyone. Flip your computers and let's load up 2 things on the screen. You don't have to split your screen, especially if your eyesight's bad. But I would put this on one side. And then I would put my copy. I'm going to open it in Kami. My clean copy here. Boop, boop. No thanks. Oh, I hate that little line down here in Kami. I think I can just grab the hand and then pull the page over. Oh, thank God. Okay. So on Kami's side, you'll want to grab the hand. Don't try to use the arrow. What a pain in the butt. And if you're going to work your way through the text. Okay. So if you want to grab a mouse, now's the time to do it. Okay. The drawer back there that's labeled mouses, if you want one, it definitely helps me. Because you can use the roller ball in the middle to work your way through the text. On this side. Yep. yeah, do you know how to sign out on SmartPass? Okay, let me know if you have any trouble. This is an example of the copy this is the one I did. So I went through and I marked the words. You do not have to do that, but it gave me something to do with my brain when I was falling asleep reading.
Where's that at to get on?
So this will be on September 10th. Comprehension and explanation and context, and then we're splitting our screen between this clean copy and this chapter 6 summary. And I said, you don't have to split your screen. But if I were a kid, I don't want to say I would work on the assignment during the reading, but people do things in different ways. This is one of my students from last year. Now, you guys don't have photographic memory, but to help you guys out and to give you a few answers, let's take a look at this beginning. So you're going to have in your template the words that are important that are selected. I'm going to ask you to choose, let's start with 10 for this assignment, so that when we actually have to write about the chapter, I'm looking for correctness within those 10 words and what role they played, how they showed up as well. But you can't use the words I give you, because I'm going to just make it 10, and I'll start here. So what you're going to find as you start reading Chapter 6 of The Outsiders is what my student last year wrote. In Chapter 6 of The Outsiders, by Hinton, there was a church fire. The church fire did injure 3 people. Cherry is the kinder character and not as harsh as the others. I tell students, as long as it's accurate for the chapter, I will take it as correct. You don't have to know everything about everything that happens, but for the words that you choose, they need to be explained correctly. Can you hit stop on that? I went way too far. You can trim it. Cap cut.